Hello, everyone. Hello. Today I'm going to call to order this meeting at 9:02 a.m. I will start off with the land acknowledgement. Associated Students recognizes and acknowledges the first people of this ancestral and unceded territory of Fernandino, Tataviam, Band of Mission Indians that is now occupied by our campus of California State University, Northridge. Honors their elders, past and present, and their descendants who are citizens of the Fernandino Tataviam Band of Mission Indians. Associated Students recognizes that the tribe is still here, and we are committed to lifting up their stories, culture, and community. I am going to also start off with roll call. Bear with me. Vice President Khan, Senator Aronson, Senator Ghali, Senator Gavino, Senator Kavinia.
Here.
Senator Mayoshi.
Here.
Senator Nadapudi.
Here.
Senator Nunez.
Here.
Senator Tucci, Senator Olgren. Senator Perez. Senator Pulliam.
Here.
Senator Shazadi. Oh, that's me. Senator Toledo Carranza. Senator Tran. We do not have quorum. I'll be moving straight into reports, starting off with the president's report. Okay. Good morning, Senate. I wish I could be with you all today, but myself, alongside a few others missing from today's Senate meeting, are currently lobbying in Sacramento at the state capitol. Wish us luck. To make this as brief as possible, to spare Navid of having to read 2 million reports today, here is what I was up to last week. I got a chance to meet with Cesar Rosales of our new Chief Justice to begin training him on his position, as well as discussing some legislation we'd like to begin working on. Giving Day was last week on March 5th and 6th, and I'm happy to report that CSUN raised $575,493 from 2,626 donors. We had our second University Corporation last meeting as well. Vice President Khan and I had a chance to meet with President Beck and Dr. Watkins alongside Dr. Beck's mentee, Dr. Will Simpkins, the Vice President of Student Affairs at the Metropolitan State University of Denver, where we discussed how our collaboration and partnership with administration fuels our legislative and student representation in decision-making for the campus, which was very productive. Vice President Khan and I had a chance to MC the AI Jam kickoff last week to begin the start of the annual IT Jam competition. Here are some key dates about the AI Jam to share with you constituents who are interested in participating. So on March 17 at 12 o'clock p.m., it will be the deadline to register for this competition. From March 17 to April 14, participants are given the opportunity to be developing their proposals, and on April 14 at 12 o'clock will be the deadline to submit their proposal. From April 14 to April 21st, judges will evaluate their proposals, and on April 25th, winners will be announced at the Digital Equity Day event. I will be serving on the Valera Nest Advisory Board, and we recently had our first meeting last week. I got the chance to get a hard hat tour of the current construction, and it's making great progress so far. We had our second Foundation Board of Directors meeting this week, and I also got the chance to meet with Yi Ding alongside Senator Gavino to discuss an upcoming alternative learning solutions event happening sometime in April to educate faculty members on the usage of ALS and open educational resources to cut down on textbook costs for students. As we all know, Charlie Kirk came to CSUN last week, and it was quite eventful. Huge shout out to the USU staff and some AS staff, Student Affairs, and DPS on working diligently throughout the event to ensure students safely, considering the amount of counter-protesting among students and non-students there were. It was definitely a superheated moment for our campus community, and I hope we as student leaders can reflect on the day and truly acknowledge how much of an activist campus we are and learn to better serve our students. Elections filing has officially closed as of last Friday, so we will be seeing some escalation of elections-related meetings, events, and discussions happening. Please remember to not discuss the elections and anyone's candidacy within 40 feet of any AS campus or office on campus, any AS office on campus. If anyone has any questions on the strict guidelines and restrictions with the AS elections, please ask Nessie Lazema, our chair of elections, or Denise. Lastly, I am currently reviewing the AS annual budget for my initial review before it goes to the board for final approval, and will be sending it back to Chair Finance prior to this Friday for my recommendations. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and big shout out to our Senator Shahzadi for taking on this role as Chair Pro Tem for today's meeting. Chairing isn't the easiest, so please congratulate him after this meeting, as I'm assuming he'll do a stellar job. The chess delegation will be flying back into LA tonight with hopefully a lot to report for when we come back from spring break. So we will all see you tomorrow. Thank you. Now I'll be moving into discussion. Do we have any questions on the President's report? Senator,
Permission to be recognized.
granted. Senator Toledo Carranza.
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Senator Trim.
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Give me a second. Okay. I will now be moving on to Vice President Khan's report. Hello, Senate. We are currently in the Capitol swing space meeting with legislators. Chairs has been fantastic, and our delegation is working so hard and diligently to be the best possible representatives. I am so proud of them. Katie covered everything in her report. I also want to shout out to Big Comedy James and the productions team. I went with your swaggy chair pro tem, Naveed, and we had a good laugh. I also want to publicly appreciate marketing for making the leadership swag we got. I will look forward to the week ahead. I may be working from home a couple of days this week, but I'm always available via text, phone, or Basecamp. Are there any questions about the Vice President's report? Okay. I will now be moving on to the Chief of Staff's report. So many reports today. So the Chief of Staff has held biweekly meetings and check-ins with key cabinet members, including the Chair of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, the Attorney General, and the Chair of Elections. These discussions focus on aligning goals and reviewing ongoing activities and addressing any challenges. For the Chair of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, they had an event. He attended the Welcome Black event as he had tabled the Welcome Black event as part of the upcoming Culture Week. He also organized meetings with the Queer Prom, Martel, with being two event coordinators as well. He also had a one-on-one meeting with the Chief of Staff and contacted the Dream Center via email. He also met with USU DNI Rudy Granillo, met with Rudy Granillo regarding diversity and equity initiatives. He's also working on a short film screening and DI work. For the Chair of Legislative Affairs, she has finished the chess itinerary with Vice President Khan and finalized details for the lobbying training and reached out to legislators to schedule meetings for our Chess Advocacy Day. Have confirmed 6 meetings to this day. She also attended the CSSA's Friday meeting where they discussed which legislation this DA had chosen to support or co-sponsor. For the Chair of Communications and Personnel, they have 3 interview requests, 10 eligibility requests, 10 appointments, and 3 interviews. They also tabled during Culture Week and open positions during tabling week. For the Chair of Elections, she is currently in contact with James regarding voting day vendor contracts, and is also in contact with Denise regarding all elections logistics. She's also working with MIC on election campaigning process and is continuously checking her emails for any potential applicant questions. She's also in contact with AS Marketing on elections and is proud to announce that the first half eligibility checks are in progress. She's also in contact with the Elections USU representative advisor on elections committee of voting promotions. That is all for the Chief of Staff report. Are there any questions? I'd also like to right now circle back to open forum because I realized that I had accidentally skipped that. So is anyone here for open forum? Open forum is intended as an opportunity for any member of the public to address the Associated Students Senate regarding any issues affecting CSUN students. Speakers are allowed up to 3 minutes to speak. Please sign in using the clipboard for a minute recording purposes.
Good morning, everybody. My name is James Forster. I serve as the AS Programs Manager, just here to give you all some updates about programs. So we're supposed to have 2 events this week, but it may be 1 and it may be 0. It honestly depends on the weather forecast that I'll get in about 3 hours to make that determination. If we have our events, tomorrow is farmer's market. So from 10 to 2:30 p.m. out over on Lindley Avenue and Matador Square. Normal market, we'll have some live music out there. We'll have local artists who will be coming in. And we're really looking forward to that event, assuming it happens because of the rain. Also on Thursday, we will be hosting our Cramps event, which is an annual event for college resources for all menstruating persons and students. That is out on Thursday from 10 to 2 p.m. over on Sierra Lawn in front of the library. We've got some really cool giveaways this year as well, and some other cool vendors that'll be coming in to support that event. So if that event happens due to the rain, we'll see. That will be Thursday from 10 to 2 once again. So looking forward to it. I would recommend keeping an eye on the Instagram. We'll make the announcements out there based on the rain and the forecast projections as soon as we know more. So thank you all.
Hey everyone. I realized I was here last week and I remembered that not a lot of senators will be here. So maybe I should have saved the statement, but I kind of wanted to say it now just because it's a little more relevant now. First of all, I just wanted to recognize everyone in the Senate for passing SB 2024-2025-004, call to action in support of undocumented students. I'm really relieved and grateful to have receptive and supportive student representation. So shout out to all of y'all for that. It was really good. Last week, and I know in the president's report they mentioned it, but it was a pretty tumultuous time on campus. CSUN's TPUSA chapter invited Charlie Kirk, proliferator of anti-queer, anti-black, and anti-deaf rhetoric onto campus, and it created a really tense and hate-filled environment on campus that I feel was largely fueled by non-students on both sides. I saw non-student protesters not follow the protest guidelines set forth by AST, CSUN's Deaf and Hard of Hearing sorority. I also saw non-student attendees wrapped in American or Israeli flags, verbally harass student protesters. In addition, the location chosen for the event seemingly prioritized foot traffic over student safety. Matador Square, which was meant to be the heart of campus, became a really claustrophobic nightmare in my opinion. I kind of just wanted to contrast that with 3 weeks ago when students held a walkout demanding protections for undocumented students. Again, thank you guys for acting on that. That event was primarily attended by students and faculty, was held in an appropriately sized venue on campus, and was organized from the very beginning with the safety of students in mind. At the walkout, organizers handed out bottled water. At TPUSA's event, Charlie Kirk tossed MAGA hats into the crowd. At the walkout, organizers made sure attendees didn't get too much sun. At TPUSA's event, Kirk told deaf students that he found ASL interpreters to be a nuisance. At the walkout, students made their voices heard about campus affairs. But at TPUSA's event, tensions were inflamed seemingly just for the sake of it. I guess the logical follow-up is like, what do we do now? And I guess my answer really is, I don't know. But you know, when I speak with other students on campus, they seem to have the same feeling. It's kind of left this like hole in our hearts, like, what do we do now? So I just wanted to say, you know, even though this event has like really damaged a lot of students' comfort on campus, all we can really do is move forward. So I hope that this event doesn't cause associated students to lose focus on continued support for students. And also I really hope that administration, despite that event, is able to listen to demands laid out in SB 2024-25004 and implements much needed protections for undocumented students, as made exceptionally clear, unfortunately, on last Thursday. Yeah, thank you guys, appreciate it.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Senator Ogwin.
Permission to be recognized, please.
Thank you. Granted. So we now have quorum, so I'm going to be skipping unfinished business and going to new business. Please go, when for the approval of the following appointments, please go line by line and mention the name of the person as well as the position. So do we have any, so do we have a motion for Dorian Larios for Upper Division Senator? Senator Pulliam.
I move to approve the following appointment of Dorian Larios for Upper Division Senator.
Okay, is there a second? Seconded by Senator Nunez. Is there any discussion? No discussion. All in favor, please raise your, all in favor of the motion, please raise, for approval of Dorian Larios, please raise your hand. Motion passes unanimously. Dorian, are you in the car? Are you, yes? Please take a seat by Senator Mayoshi for now. Yes. Mayoshi, can you raise your hand? Yeah. From now on during vote call, you can be you're an active voting member. You will be trained by our Attorney General in this upcoming week. But for now, just you feel free to raise your hand during any motions and stuff and for these types of things. And okay, so moving forward do we have a motion for Ashish Namdeo for Communications Committee member? Senator Nunez.
I move to approve the following appointment of Ashish Namdale, Communications Committee member.
Do we have a second? Second by Senator Pulliam. Is there any discussion? Okay, and since no discussion, okay, yes, so I'll be moving into a vote. All in favor, please raise your hands for approval. Passes unanimously. Passes unanimously. Okay, thank you. Now moving forward to Tyler Gillette for Assistant Chair of Finance. Do we have a motion on the floor? Senator Pulliam.
I move to approve the following appointment of Tyler Gillette for Assistant Chair of Finance.
Yes. Is there a second? Second by Senator Senator Olgren. And then, is there any discussion? Senator Chipansky. Senator Chipansky.
That's okay, thank you. Can we just do a quick check? I want to make sure we have 10. Right, we'll pause for a second and.
We do because technically since I technically count towards quorum. And Denise messaged me that I count towards quorum. So we did have 10.
Okay, Denise, let's.
Chair.
Yes, because I don't have a vote, but I do have but I'm here to make a bucket type. So I do count towards quorum.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. Just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So congratulations to all appointments.
Wait,
Go ahead, you can finish the vote.
Okay, yes. All in, would you like to, Senator Gali,
Permission to be recognized.
granted. All in favor of the approval, please raise your hand. All in favor of the motion? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Congratulations to Tyler Gillette. Okay, now I'll be moving back to reports to our Chair of Finance, Ponce.
Hey everyone, good morning. First off, I hope everyone had a good weekend. I'll start off with the account balances. So under the STAR fund, there is currently $116,133. In unassigned contingency, there is $664,622. In the philanthropy fund, there is $15,000. And in the clubs and orgs travel fund, there is $25,000. And in terms of my report, last week in Finance Committee, the Finance Committee did approve the AS Code of Finance and the annual budget. And with that, I sent out the code and the annual budget to President Karoom, where she will be reviewing it for 7 days. She'll have until March 14 to come back with any comments, suggestions, and then after that, it's going to go to the Senate for a 2-week review, and then hopefully voted on in Senate. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's been a long process. And aside from that, an email regarding the hospitality policy did go out to clubs and orgs last week, just informing them that it is now in effect. So I just wanted to thank the MIC for their help with that and sending out that information to clubs and orgs, and ASIT for helping to revamp the AS Finance page and make it a lot more accessible and easier to navigate for students. Aside from that, I'm really glad that Tyler Gillette got voted as Assistant Chair of Finance, and I really look forward to working with him. And aside from that, this week I'm just going to continue working on stars and supplemental requests and working on better ways to format the Code of Finance so that once it goes to Senate for approval, it is good to go. And that is it for my report.
Thank you. I will now be moving on to the attorney. Is there any discussion on the Chair of Finance's report? With no discussion, I'm going to move on to the Attorney General's report. So the Attorney General had a very busy week. She had a meeting with Denise on updating the Attorney General Code. She has also sent out a marketing form to update the AS website for the spring 2025 legislative referrals, updating and filled available positions. She also has set up a meeting with the new senators to train them on senator responsibilities and parliamentary procedures, and has had headshots taken for both the new graduate senator, Nada Prudy, and Chief Justice Rosales. And she wants to remind everyone that, as always, please be in business casual and to message her if you will be late to your office hours. Thank you. This marks the end of the reports, and now we are moving on to the standing committee reports. And I have the external affairs report. Okay. So, good morning, everyone. I'm just going to be reading a script from Isaac. So he says, good morning, everyone. Apologies for my absence today. I'm currently participating in candidate interviews for a university search committee. In external affairs, we have 3 legislative referrals. They deal with creating a basic needs fund, advocating for more representation for students of color, and communication with our international students. Last week, we also discussed next steps in implementing the resolved actions of the undocumented students resolution. As always, feel free to reach out for more specifics or stop by the external affairs meeting at 4 p.m. Wednesdays in the USU Executive Boardroom. Thank you. I will now be moving on to our internal affairs with Brianna, with Senator Convinia.
Good morning, everyone. So a quick recap of the Internal Affairs report. We tabled 11 legislative referrals indefinitely during our last meeting. The reason for this indefinite selection was because in our last special meeting agenda, we went ahead and approved similar code changes or constitutional amendments that would be placed on the spring 2025 elections ballot. So for these positions, such as making adjustments or creation of certain specific committee codes that would be placed further back till the end of the semester, which gives us a longer time frame to analyze, overview, and make general recommendations over the span of give or take a year to see what changes or amendments need to be implemented for these codes. Currently, we're working on 4 legislative referrals and the one pertaining to the amendment to the end of the year celebration code. We intend to make that recommendation to the next meeting. That is it for my report.
Thank you. Is there any questions on the internal affairs report? With no questions, I'll be moving on to university affairs report. Is there anyone here? Brandon? Yes. Benjamin, you have a report?
Hello.
Oh, yes.
So for university affairs, we have lots of different referrals. We're working on alternate options for parking passes, cold water in the SRC, 24-hour vending machines, protecting our gardens on campus, more roller whiteboards at the library, no charge for dairy products, and exclusive Matador highlights.
Thank you. Is there any questions on the university affairs report? Okay. Now I'm going to be skipping by past information items, discussion items, and legislative referrals, and going straight into announcements. Do we have any announcements? Oh, sorry. I'm actually going to be moving into the interim AS Executive Director's report with Tim Shapansky. My apologies.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Just wanted to give a couple of updates. Our AS General and Name Scholarships are open. They opened March 4th and will be open through May 4th. You can do that through the scholarship portal. And then starting, give me one second, March 29th, AS also has some endowments that they give scholarships out for, or bookstore credit and stuff like that. Those will open March 31st and those will go through June 2nd. If you go onto the CSUN AS scholarship page, you can see the endowments as well as all the scholarships and why they're there. And just so you all have an understanding, is AS gives about 160, we'll just say around 160, give or take a little bit based on head count, back to the campus to give scholarships out to students on the campus. So those will be moving. You'll see us probably not tomorrow, doing a little bit more marketing for those scholarships as well. So that'll get out there. Students can apply for them. IRA has closed. So Hannah and myself have been receiving lots and lots of emails. So that's my inbox this week. I just wanted to give a shout out to the USU MIC Student Affairs DPS for last week's event. It was a lot and there was a lot of energy out there, but I think they did a great job in supporting our students. And then last thing, the SRC director search, on-campus interviews start today and go through next week. So they are in the final part of their search for a new director inside the facility. And yeah, that'll be all for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I will now be moving into any questions on the interim executive director's report. With no questions, I'll move into the university advisor's report with Aja Butler.
Good morning. So we are currently accepting applications for the Newman Civic Fellowship. The fellowship experience is a one-year experience for students in which fellows have access to in-person and virtual learning opportunities, networking events, and mentoring. While the fellowship experience is limited to 1 year, participants in the Newman Civic Fellowship are invited to join a national network of community committed peers and to enter into a long-term community of Newman Civic Fellows. So if you're, interested in seeing how you can get more involved, or you're already really involved and you want to kind of take it to the next level, I highly encourage you to apply or ask a faculty or staff member to nominate you for it. It's a 1-year commitment. You do have to be enrolling in CSUN for the next year. We also have our Cesar Chavez Service and Volunteer Fair coming up on Thursday, March 27th. So we'll be out on Matador Square between 11 and 1 p.m. So we hope you can all join us for that. And I will just touch briefly on last week's event and just say that, for these types of events that happen on campus, there's a lot of preparation that the university does. And then after the event, there's also a lot of debrief and reflection. So the university is looking at, how we can, better support or better address these types of events. So just so everyone knows, we always are reflecting and planning and preparing, so we can best make sure we're protecting folks' freedom of speech. We're also protecting our students and access on campus. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions for the University Advisors Report? Senator Toledo Kwanzaa.
Yeah, regarding the fellowship, what is it called and the deadlines to apply?
It's the Civic Newman Fellowship. The deadline is, I believe, the 14th. If you go on the MIC website under volunteer programs, you'll see the link to apply.
Thank you.
Are there any more questions? There being none, I'll move on to the faculty advisor with Dr. Veda Wood.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you had a great weekend, as everyone has said. We are now moving to midpoint. So those of you who have assignments and exams and all those good things, great. But it is also an important time academically to refresh, reset, and really get ready for that second half of the semester. So go back and again review your course outlines, assignments, get your calendars all ready for that big finish at the end. Next, I'd like to inform everyone that faculty have been given mandatory training through the CSU. And this is really about every aspect of safety for all of us. And it's very important, not only within the classroom, but within the academic buildings, that everyone know what they're supposed to do in case of safety issues, emergencies, unexpected shooters, and other folks on campus that we're not ready to deal with. But a lot of these things have to do with our natural disasters that we've dealt with this year. So again, just remember that the faculty have undergone that training, as probably have the majority of staff and administrators, but faculty also, so that within your classrooms, you know that faculty are prepared to assist you in those efforts. And then, of course, you assist your faculty. In April, the faculty retreat will be coming up. And so again, that's an opportunity for you to engage with faculty before they go to that retreat, to really discussing the issues that you may have that you think should be on their agenda or that they might bring up when they are together during their retreat. And then finally, I think it's really important to understand that they're reorganizing an office of undergraduate research. And so that as you look toward workshops, conferences, graduate education, etc., that you build those skills early. So that Office of Undergraduate Research is really there to help you design and develop those skills so that you will be able to go to conferences, workshops, and present on behalf of your colleagues, your peers, and your academic departments. So again, I'm hoping that these will be things that you'll move forward with during the next half of our semester. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions for the faculty advisors report? No questions. I'll be moving past discussion items, information items, discussion items, and legislative referrals, and I'll be going straight into announcements. Do we have any announcements? Senator Nunez.
I have an announcement that the Department of Political Science is hosting a panel on Thursday, March 13th. So that's this Thursday from 1 p.m. to 2:15 p.m. in the Whitsitt Room. It will be in Sierra Hall 451. It's going to be about current international affairs and their broader philosophical implications. with about 5 professors in the department that have a lot of great knowledge about just what is happening. I know they held an event last week as well, which was a great turnout. I know a lot of us went, but there's also another one this week. So if you all want to check that out, I'll also send it in the group chat. And yeah, that's it for me.
Thank you. Are there any? Senator Pulliam.
Hello, everybody. A little side note. This weekend I went on a trip for like my, I was taking a survival class with RTM, and I just wanted to like give a moment to appreciate professors and stuff for this trip specifically. The location had to be changed, and like things had to be changed because of the weather. And I wanted to give a shout out to my professor, Cassandra Wilsey, and just take a moment to appreciate professors with changing times and changing things, changing and everything like that.
Thank you. Do we have any? Senator Toledo Kwanzaa.
Yeah, so just an announcement. We were able to collaborate with Senator Shazadi and also Co-Senator Alvaro Geminiano Aragon. We have our STEM fair coming up on Wednesday on March 12th from 12 to 3 p.m. at the USU Northridge Center, so you guys are invited to come. We have 2 forums. 12:30 to 1:30, we have the College of Science and Math. We'll have just an open forum for speakers coming up and talk to students. And then we have 1:45 to 2:45 for the College of Engineering and Computer Science as well. We'll have some lunch free for students, and also some like raffle prizes for to give to students as well. So it'd be amazing if you guys can tell your constituents about this event. We put a lot of effort into it. We were able to also collaborate with the deans and other clubs and orgs that are going to be coming to the event as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other announcements? Seeing none, I'll be moving to the final roll call with, Vice President Khan, Senator Aronson, Senator Basilio, Senator Gali,
Here.
Senator Geminiano Aragon, Senator Harris, Senator Covinia,
Here.
Senator Larios,
Here.
Senator Mayoshi,
Here.
Senator Nadapudi,
Here.
Senator Nunez,
Here.
Senator Ogren,
Here.
Senator Perez,
Here.
Senator Pulliam,
Here.
Senator Toledo Kwanzaa,
Here.
Senator Tran.
Here.
Thank you. I adjourn the meeting at 9:41 a.m.